All right, welcome to the Explainer. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on your body's internal command center for a mineral that, let's be honest, you probably think you know, but it's about so much more than just strong bones. It's about the very spark of life itself. And yeah, you probably guessed it, it's calcium. But its role is way more dramatic, way more critical than you might imagine. We're not just talking about a building block here, this is a high-stakes signaling molecule. So, picture this. All the calcium in your body, an absolutely staggering 99% of it, is locked away inside your skeleton. It's basically a massive, well-guarded reservoir that gives you your structure and your strength. But here's the kicker. It's that other 1%, that tiny fraction that's free-floating in your blood. Well, that's the bit that's actually keeping you alive. This is the superstar. It's the spark plug you need for everything, from firing a nerve signal to making a muscle contract. So what happens if that delicate balance fails? If that tiny 1% drops too low? The results are, well, pretty severe. Your nerves and muscles become dangerously overexcited, leading to a condition called hypocalcemic tetany. We're talking muscle spasms so intense they can actually block your airway. And that is exactly why your body has this incredibly elegant control system. Okay, so let's dive into that system. It's time to meet the 3 key hormones that act like a super sophisticated thermostat for your body's calcium, making sure that life-sustaining 1% never, ever goes out of range. All right, so you've got 2 main players here, and you can think of them as having totally opposite but perfectly complementary jobs. Parathyroid hormone, or PTH, its whole mission is to get more calcium into the blood. Calcitonin, on the other hand, does the exact opposite. It works to lower calcium when levels creep up too high. But they don't work alone. They have this absolutely critical ally, an activated form of vitamin D called calcitriol. And get this isn't just some vitamin you get from your food. It's a super potent hormone that your own body manufactures to turbocharge its ability to absorb calcium from your diet. So, what happens when the system faces a crisis? Let's imagine a scenario. Your blood calcium levels start to plummet. How does the body react to pull things back from the brink? Well, an alarm goes off, and it sounds in these 4 tiny little glands that are tucked away in your neck, called the parathyroids. They are the primary sensors, and their job, 24/7, is to monitor the level of calcium flowing through your blood. And the second, literally the second, they sense that drop, they kick off this immediate coordinated hormonal response. It's this beautifully simple and genius feedback loop designed for one thing: rapid correction. So once PTH is in the bloodstream, it's like a general issuing a 3-pronged attack order, all at the same time. First, it commands the bones: release your calcium. Second, it tells the kidneys: stop letting calcium escape in the urine. And third, it gives the kidneys a second, super secret mission. And that command is to activate vitamin D. Now, this is where things get really fascinating, because that order is the final step in this incredible journey that actually starts with sunlight hitting your skin. That creates a precursor, the liver modifies it, and then finally, when PTH gives the signal, the kidneys make the final conversion into that powerful hormone, calcitriol. And you know what's so cool? The system is just as smart when it has to go the other way. If your calcium levels get too high, PTH production basically shuts down. And that allows its counterpart, calcitonin, to jump into action, telling the bones to stop releasing calcium and the kidneys to get rid of the excess. But hold on a second. Where is all this emergency calcium coming from? To get that, we really need to understand the vault itself. Because your skeleton is not some dead scaffold. It's a dynamic, living system. Seriously, your skeleton is in a constant state of flux. It's less like a static warehouse and more like a bustling city, right? With demolition crews and construction crews working around the clock. So let's meet that crew. On one side, you've got the osteoblasts. Think of them as the builders, laying down new bone. And on the other side, you have the osteoclasts. They're the demolition team, whose job it is to break down old bone and release its minerals back into your bloodstream. And this is not some slow glacial process. The rate of this turnover is just mind-blowing. In a typical adult, something like 18% of all the calcium in your bones gets swapped out every single year. This constant remodeling is what keeps your skeleton strong, but it also makes sure there's always a ready supply of calcium on demand. Okay, so when you put all of these pieces together, the hormones, the organs, these specialized cells, you start to see this perfect, self-regulating loop that maintains that critical 1%. It's this constant dance between all these parts that makes sure your blood calcium stays locked into that super narrow, life-sustaining range. It's a totally unconscious, completely automated masterpiece of biological engineering happening inside you right now. It's just a remarkable example of your body's hidden genius, a system that works tirelessly to keep you in perfect balance. So here's a final thought. In a modern world of indoor work and processed foods, are we still giving this ancient command center the basic fuel, the sunlight, and the dietary calcium it needs to keep that spark of life lit?